Hey guys, Co-Directed, bringing you my top 15 roller coasters. These are my top 15 both steel and wooden coasters, and a lot has changed since the last time I did one of these lists, so let's begin. First up at number 15, we have the legendary Beast. This has dropped a little bit. It's definitely one of my top wooden coasters. However, it's compared to steel, it is just not at the top anymore. It is still a very, very great ride. However, all the rides in this list are fantastic, amazing rides, so on to number 14, which is Goliath at Six Flags Over Georgia, an amazing hypercoaster by B&M. This is one of two B&M hypercoasters on this list, and it is a fantastic ride, lots of airtime, and a lot of positive G's as well. Honestly, a very great ride. On to number 13, we have a special surprise in this list. We have Tennessee Tornado, an Aero Looper coaster in his top 15 list. What? Honestly, this ride blew me away. It was fast, fun, very intense. However, it was short, as everyone says about this ride. Very short. However, it was still a fantastic, amazing ride. Honestly, incredible. Very, very good ride and very underrated. So, if you go to Dollywood, don't just care about Lightning Rod. Also go on Tennessee Tornado. Very, very good ride. So, on to number 12. We got Valravn at Cedar Point. Valravn considered just a disappointment overall. However, I very, very much do like this ride. The dive is very good. The Immelman is also very, very good. And the last roll is fantastic, as expected, as said by a lot of people. So, on to number 11, we have the Voyage at Holiday World, an absolute airtime machine. This thing has airtime on its bank turns, airtime on its regular hills, obviously, and it is just very fast, very intense, and a super, super long ride. I haven't ridden this in over a year, so it could change, however, just based on what I was remembering, it is still a very good ride. So, on to number 10, we have Lightning Run at Kentucky Kingdom. Absolute ejector airtime madness on this ride. Very, very smooth and very fun. Just ridiculously insane. It's a wild ride, and it's pretty much the closest thing the states have currently to an Intamin Megalite. So very, very good ride by chance. So on to number 9, we have another coaster from Kentucky Kingdom. We have Storm Chaser, an absolutely fantastic RMC. The barrel roll drop in the front gives you some crazy hang time, and in the back gives you some insane air. It gives you airtime upside down, and it's really weird, but it's awesome. This ride is airtime and inversion. The inversions on this ride are fantastic, and the airtime on this ride is even better. That first hill is fantastic, and the hills at the end of the ride are just very, very small ejector packed. It's a very, very great ride, and overall, I just can't say good enough things about this ride. Next up, number 8, we have Banshee at Kings Island. Dropped down a little bit, honestly, since the last list. Still a very incredible B&M invert. I still need to get on Afterburn and Montu, but this is my personal favorite B&M invert that I've been on. Just the dive loop, the drop, the two vertical loops, the zero G roll is fantastic on this ride. The insane amount of forces you get in the pretzel knot, and especially that inline twist at the end. Very, very good ride. Definitely a must-do coaster. So on to number 7, we have Diamondback at Kings Island, my favorite B&M hypercoaster. Obviously, it's just a fantastic ride. Amazing drop, super comfortable seats, uh, unique train because it's only one of 4 coasters that have that style of seating, and amazing airtime. Just overall great ride. So on to number 6, we have Top Thrill Dragster at Cedar Point. This one's moved up more, or it's about stayed the same, just because I got 2 amazing front row rides on this thing. Front row is absolutely fantastic and definitely where you need to sit for this coaster. Just it is a absolute blur and it's so amazing. Just a great ride. So on to number 5, we have Outlaw Run. Obviously an amazing, amazing RMC wooden coaster. Just, just insane, honestly, is just an correct word to use. The outward bank turn or outer bank is just insane. Just, you can't not use words other than insane for this coaster. It does things wooden coasters really shouldn't be doing, and it feels absolutely amazing. It's got some amazing airtime and some super strong airtime, and the double barrel roll at the end is incredible. It's apparently it's getting a little bit rough. However, it was butter smooth when I rode it a year and a half, or just over a year ago. So on to number 4, we have Goliath at Six Flags Great America. This is an amazing ride. It's my personal favorite RMC wooden coaster. You could really trade this one and Outlaw Run out, but I personally prefer Goliath just a little bit more, especially because of that zero G stall. It's an amazing element, and it has a incredible airtime hill. It's not really airtime focused, however, the drop and that airtime hill are very good, and the dive loop is also very, very good. Very short, has a lot less elements than Outlaw Run, but I think it is just as good, if not better, in my personal opinion, because this is my list. At number 3, we have New Texas Giant. This is a very, very long RMC coaster, or at least it feels very long. It packs a ton of elements, and the airtime on the way back to the station is absolutely fantastic. The airtime all around this ride is absolutely fantastic. Just a great ride overall, all around, and super smooth as expected. People say it's one of the weaker ones. I think it's the strongest that I've been on. And it's just a very, very, very good ride, in my opinion. And at number 2, we have Millennium Force. Wait, what? Coaster Directed's number 1 coaster isn't Millennium Force? I thought it was supposed to be a Millennium Force fanboy or something. Uh, yeah, this dropped just a tiny bit due to another coaster. Just another amazing coaster. But anyways, this is a very, very fast coaster. Some decent airtime. It's not focused on airtime. It's more about the drop and the speed. This thing is a absolute titan. Fantastic coaster, very fun, and my number 2 coaster now. It's not my number 1, but it's still a very, very great coaster. So on to number 1. What could it be? Could it be Lightning Rod? Nope, it's Maverick. Lightning Rod was closed, but Maverick is my number 1 coaster. Very, very fun coaster. It was running very well when I went this year. Absolutely tons of fun. Lots of ejector airtime. The inversions are great. The launch is great. Just very intense, and it has some just wicked airtime in places you wouldn't expect. Like those overbanks are just some of the most intense airtime I've felt. Just a absolutely great ride. Definitely the main reason, in my opinion, to go to Cedar Point, along with all its other coasters. Just Maverick is definitely the best, in my opinion, now. Just, with Millennium Force just being a hair below. So, unfortunately, I wasn't able to ride Lightning Rod. Lightning Rod probably would have been my number 1 or number 2 coaster. Honestly, if I were able to ride it. However, it was closed still when I went to Dollywood, so that's kind of disappointing. But anyways, thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, keep coasting.